letters. One word. The meaning of life. Yeah. How we doing? Previously on Kimba TV. It would not surprise me for it to do some shit. Dink, dink, dink. Maybe like here. And then 47. Happy Tuesday! Where's the webcam? I know I fixed it. Let's go now. Let's go now. Let's choose now. Let's choose now. Let's choose now. Let's choose now. Well, unless like you do like a swing fail and get right back in, you know what this is starting to look like, right? So dink, dink. Okay, so hopefully this is gonna be able to stay above, but you know what this is starting to look like, yeah? Let's go now, let's go now. And obviously you got single prints down there. How we doing, Joes? Joshi says, I entered the short on Golden Pocket. Wow, not too shabby, my boy. I'm in a little small short too. Boley says, I got front ran on the short. That's okay. You went this way, huh? Right here? You were waiting right there? That's okay. But yeah, let's see if it does this. Let's see if it does this. But we kind of went over like how it would need to react on all different kinds of levels and shit. Riddler says, I'm shorting the retest if it comes like this. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Here's your thang. Kenshin says, I'm in a long now. Hey, nothing wrong with that either. Yeah, I want to get into something. Man, I really hope we can get into something big before October. The scalping shit's really not for me. Justin says, waiting to get into a long. I see you, my boy. I think it's just better to kind of start focusing on bigger picture for tomorrow, you know? Joshi says, hey, Kimba, I was thinking of pulling my short when it reaches around 6.75. However, I think that is such an awkward place to put a long in. I might just sweep the gap. What are you talking about? If we were looking to long, okay. So Sensei Rojo, did you hear how we talked about all this last night? So it's level by level. Anytime you have something like this, you want to watch to see if it sweeps back up into the level again. Okay, so whether you're bullish or bearish, you need to still watch 30-minute candle closes and see if it actually spends time below and if it makes a local lower low. Otherwise, it could be a swing fail pattern. So we've seen that before where it kind of like fails auctions and then maybe it does its like goofy little bullshit fail auction down here too. You guys know what I'm talking about when there's a fail auction. So we actually talked about like longs from here, what its risk is there, the longs from here and the single print, what the risk is there, and what you would need to see on a 7.5 long if you wanted to long it. For me, I'm a pretty big level to level guy, so it's hard to think about longing these things since my level of interest would be down here. Yeah, I don't, based off of how we're doing this, it might be a little, if you want a long, you might have to seriously think about sweeping that. Because there's value being built. you're making value outside of this, which would be by definition bullish. This is kind of like you're getting ready, you're creating your launch pad to go. So a lot of this stuff is going to come down to like time, how much time it spends below. I think losing this level, I don't think you would want to long that or that based off of what it's doing. So let's see what happens. But I don't think if you're bullish, losing this would be a good thing. All right, but you seeing this though? Everybody see this? What do you guys think about this? Whoops. We just mathing right now. Schwiggity schwaggity. Yeah, so let's see. I still think like 60, 61 is like the easy place to short. Not easy, still got to look at data. There you go. So you have around 55,750 and 58,664. Yeah, I mean, it's level to level, so this already got broken. If this gets turned into support, then I would expect, you know, here. And then obviously you've got this, so it's technically here. Okay, but I wouldn't stop at the single prints. For the same reason, I wouldn't long the single print because I'm more on level to level, you know. This already got breached. So if that gets turned into support, then this is your next target. Okay, and then obviously if you're breaking from this level to breach here, and instead of tucking right back in and you start fucking around, then that would be my next target. Schwiggity? Do you kind of understand why I'm rooting for, while S&P and or CME is still running, I would like to get to 59 or 52 as quickly as we can, so I know that there might be a CME initial move as a debate play. And you've been here for the last couple of days, so even if you weren't here earlier throughout the day, you know that I like that 60 to 61 zone, right? So level to level, the next level up top is that 59.1 zone. That's probably going to come into play. The question is going to be, is it going to go to 60.6? Does it want to do the whole CME gap fill at 61.8? And if you're talking about harmonics, what can you tolerate all the way up till? Sometimes you can wick all the way through like 886. We've seen that before, especially I was in that goofy long. So for me, I think 60.6 would be nice because if you spend a lot of time above 60, do you guys remember the big picture? You guys remember this thing that we used to have? Okay. We're going to start to, again, that kind of concept is going to start to come into play where you might be back up in that thing again and you might get a full rotation. So for me, spending time above 60 is a no-no, just like how it's always kind of been. Blink John says, I wanted to ask if you still have a bearish bias. It depends on the time frame. I think that we get 47, Blink John. You know, I don't want you to think I have a bearish bias. I have a bullish bias. But whether it's bounces from here, from 47 or from 43, I'm ready. And I've been saying this for the last couple weeks. I don't know if the market makers are going to define the bottom. Do you know who I think is going to mark the bottom? When all of retail sells their shit, AKA gets bearish. So if it takes 43 to get everybody out before a nice little run up, then so be it. If it's 47, then so be it. You know? But even before getting into crypto, right? I'm thinking about rate cuts are going to happen, which means that the money printer is going to get enabled, which means that we're still going to be continuing on the path of the liquidity cycle. And I still think, do you remember when I was saying like, yo, 2025, 2026 is probably peak? And that's why I don't want to buy like a house or some shit and like end up buying the top. And I probably have to wait until 2028, 2029 to actually buy hella land and start, building shit. That's kind of like my life plan, like my, IRL plan, schwiggity schwaggity shit. And I'm going to try to, sell off a lot of risk on assets towards the end of 2025 and 2026 and get out. But anyways, no one, including my dumbass, knows what's going to happen. I'm just trying to take it level by level, and we'll see. It's not like we're putting blind limits in. So, if it's pumping to 59, it's not something that I'm going to really come back for. If we break 60, I'll probably run back in here. Same thing for downside. If we lose 56.5 and it's not a swing fail, I'll come back in here. All right. Attila says, if it doesn't hold the 6.6, would you assume that 0.5 is not going to hold either? I wouldn't really assume anything. But have you been here to kind of hear me complain about this? So this is a very important level, because if you lose this, then I would be looking down here. It's level to level for me, right? So what is one of the only other ways you would be able to potentially not only stop out all of these longs, but ensure that you're still remaining in a bullish trend? It would have to be a swing fail pattern. I don't even know what. Maybe it grabs some of these. I don't know. But I know that it would depend on how much time it spends below that or above that. So, Matt, you good? Novello. Well, do you want me to stay here, but come here later tomorrow? Or would you rather that I leave early tonight and show up early tomorrow? Yeah, that's what I think. Objectively speaking, Novello, what could I possibly contribute while S&P and US markets are down? I don't have Bugammas helping me. I don't really trade like European stock exchange, stock market or Asian stock market. So I don't really know what kind of correlative sort of, movement we could have. So I don't think I would really contribute much other than we could just be goofing around and talking about stuff. But do you have anything that you want to talk about in regards to like where the gaps are? Everybody knows where the S&P and the CME gaps are to the upside, downside. Everybody knows where the single prints are. Levels of interest. Show up early? No doubt. No doubt. Yeah. And I can't stress enough, Novello, If you don't see a trade that you like tomorrow, fuck it, don't trade. You know, tomorrow is showtime, but in a weird way, it's still practice for FOMC next week. And whatever I do on a daily time frame or like a smaller time frame, it's all for the objective of trying to get into a nice big long before maybe October. Or by October, I would love to be in big longs, you know, and to see if the bullish sort of scenario plays out after rate cuts are triggered. Okay, and everything that we do will continue to manage our risk, and we know that there's every day there's a new trade. So we're not going to get overly carried away trying to get Pico bottom or Pico top or anything goofy like that. If it looks good, we'll take it, and we'll assume worst case and assume we'll get round tripped. So stop loss, break even, or take profit. And we'll just keep taking shots if we get stopped out. Sounds good? It's still 57.5, y'all. Fuck. The whole day it kind of fucked with us. Oh well, that's CPI. That's pre-CPI for you. Debate's gonna be goofy as hell. They're not muting mics, right? God, I just hope these two don't embarrass our fucking country. Hey, stay safe. Let's go. Bugatti. Oh, they're muting? Oh, okay. Thank God. Thank fucking God. Jesus Christ. All right. I'll be back. Bugatti.